Hi everyone, welcome to Casual Watch Talk Sunday Social. We're trying out a new platform today, so let us know in the chat if you can definitely hear us. Let's see if the public chat who's there. Yeah, let us know in the chat if the audio sounds good and everything. But while we're doing that, shall we dive in with a quick wristwatch check? Mark, do you want to kick us off what you're wearing?
Well, I'm going to do a Todd and show you the two new members of the flock. So the first one is the Monceau from Simon Ryan, friend of the channel. And this arrived a couple of days ago. Spectacular dial, spectacular bracelet, much better quality control on how the bracelet fits to the watch head than I saw on the Omega Plopros at the end of last year, which I paid for. This is the Christopher Ward C60 Reef 41 mil, which I bought just before Thanksgiving and then arrived around about Christmas time.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's Breitling Super Ocean-esque, but at a fifth of the price.
Very nice.
Very nice.
I'm not sure that the Breitling is $4,700 better.
Yeah. Plus, it doesn't have a marshmallow on a stick hand.
I don't mind the marshmallow on a stick. I rather like that design element. It's just the $5,700 I'm not fond of.
Yeah, can't do it. Okay, we'll go to Todd next. What you wearing?
So I'm going to do the same thing Mark did. So part of our discussions today, the one I've been wearing like for the last week is last year's, go up here, there we go, last year's Tag Heuer Octavia.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is for, how close can I get? How close can you get?
Pretty close up.
All right there, but just really a remarkable watch. Excellent. It's a flyback. Their in-house movement. I bought it new for half price at the end of last year, so that's awesome.
Good.
And just to keep up with some Seiko stuff, I have also today been wearing my 6138 Bullhead.
Oh, very nice.
Which is a truly phenomenal watch. However, it is a little ungainly, I believe, at the largest dimension. Right there. It's a lugless design. Seiko did a good job with it, but it's a heavy watch, which I like, but it's also about 20 millimeters at its widest point. So it is you got to be careful while wearing it. But it's a great watch.
Awesome. What year is that, Todd?
This one is, look on the case back, and it will tell me that it is, I think it's a 70s. Well, hold on. Got to get, eyesight's not what it used to be. It is, it's a real late one. It's a 79. March of 79, so it's about as late as they went.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks for that, Todd. Justin, you're up next. What you wearing?
So I am wearing, and Sam, I believe you've done reviews on this brand before. I'm wearing the Spinnaker 50 Phantom Ghost Date. It's from 2024. The cool story behind this, I met my wife and we had our first date on Halloween in 2014. And for our 10-year anniversary in 2024, she bought this for me. It's, it's very fitting, a Halloween edition, very cool, very, very meaningful to me. It's the second batch though. It's not the first batch, unfortunately. And I had to wait like months after our official anniversary before I finally received it. But I've been wearing it a lot and I'm really enjoying it. It's a solid watch.
Yeah. Todd, yours is first batch, is it? Did you get first batch 50 Phantom?
Yeah, I got so when they first collaborated with Seiko, they put out one that was pretty much immediately sold out. And then so it's the original design, but it's the second batch that they did after they sold out the first batch. But you're right. Nice. I love that, Justin. I love that. That design. Thanks. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And then I reviewed the latest one, that this year's 50 Phantoms, which was all white and silver, which I did like, but I still think that one's better because of the contrast on it.
Yeah, for me, for the new one, like that wave bezel wasn't really my favorite. It's just too cumbersome. It sticks out a lot on the wrist.
Yeah, it was a weird, and also it was like white lume on white dial with silver phantoms, which wasn't the most legible with silver hands. Anyway, so up next, it's a new pickup for me. I managed to pick up a Tag Aqua Racer. Let's see if we can. There we go. So I got the Blue Dial 2025 Tag Aqua Racer. I got it from Japan, like brand new. It's a pretty good deal, actually, but I absolutely love it. It's not monstrously big. It's actually it's more Black Bay 58 size than like a huge dive watch, but that wave dial on it is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it's hard to see
yeah.
that on the camera, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then the tag sort of interesting adjustment where you just push it in at the side to get the extra. That's pretty cool. And then I have got another. I think this is the first time I'm doing 2 watches, but I was trying to work out what relation he was last week, and people were like, oh, he's your nephew, but he isn't. He's my cousin's son. So I worked out it's my first cousin once removed. It's called Owen, and he's just getting into watches. So I managed to get him a Seiko because I thought he's got to do it right as his first watch. So I got this they call it it's like a prospect, not prospects, a presage, but it's got the 4R35 movement in. So I did him a deal. I said, if you let me review it, I'll get it, and then I can send it on to him. So I did joke with him last night. I said, hopefully I'm not I've started you off on a lifelong addiction of watches. It's a family member that got you hooked on them. But yeah, I'm quite excited about him getting into. I think he's like 16 or something. So it's quite cool to have a mechanical watch. I think at that age, like new watch collectors coming into the fold. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, and this week we're going to be doing a new watch releases. So guys, keep all of your picks coming in the chat below. We're going to pull some up. We're going to give our view on them, probably give it a rating out of 10 to see what we think, and we'll go around and chat to the panel. So let me just quickly share the screen and we'll go through these one by one. Okay, so first up, Seamaster, the ceramic one for the Winter Olympics that's coming up for a mere sniff at $10,500, 43 millimeters. Yeah, I don't know. I'll throw it to the panel. Who wants to go first? What do you guys think on this one?
As the Omega fanboy, shall I go first?
Please, take it away.
It's gonna wear huge. That's all I can say. A long time ago, I tried on the white side of the moon, which wore me. It looked silly. That's going to be, even the black ceramic titanium Seamaster 300 wears big. As a white ceramic watch, that's going to be a challenge for most people, even if it fits your wrist properly. I kind of like it. Omega do a great job on ceramic, but that's going to be a challenge. I'm not sure, I don't have it on my Omega wish list, but that's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to trying it on and then just laughing when it walks me out of the store rather than vice versa. I would give it a high score just because of what it is, but I'm not going to be able to wear it.
Is it bigger than a normal? Is it bigger? Is 43.5 bigger than the standard one?
Standard one is 42 mil.
Okay.
The ceramic titanium ones are all 43.5. So yeah, it's a 1.5 mil bigger.
Wow.
So if you find a Seamaster challenging, that's going to be really challenging.
So it's got a titanium housing on the inside, perhaps.
Yeah, it's a titanium substructure with a ceramic case around it.
Any other thoughts on this one?
I wonder what the legibility is going to be.
Yeah, with the white on white. Yeah, Mark, I'm actually with you on that. I do like this watch, but for me, I've just never been able to wear this watch because it's way too big for my wrist personally. Omega's partnership with the Olympics, I think, is really cool. The story, it's Winter Olympics, so it's white on white. What is that dial made out of? Is that meteorite?
I don't know.
I was looking at that to see.
Because they also had the Milano Cortina, which was 39 mil. I think that was an Aquaterra. So
that was the gold one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. It doesn't. I can't see where it is. I can't see where it says the dial. What the dial's made of. Ceramic dial, white ceramic dial. So the dial's ceramic as well.
Okay.
So it's got that sort of snow pattern on it.
Yeah, kind of like
that. Yeah, and then that must obviously be the logo. Oh, it is the logo, obviously, on the dial as well.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's about $1,000 more than the black ceramic Seamaster.
Yeah, let's have a look. Which is this one? Yeah, black ceramic on rubber. Okay, so 10,700.
Okay.
So similar
There is
price.
another version that's not stealth, that's got proper legibility. I think it's that one.
Oh yeah, there you go. $10,000. Yeah, so like 700.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
really nice.
Even that, the one you just showed, that's a challenge to wear as well.
Yes. So it's quite overt having the logo of the Olympics on the dial, isn't it? Because normally they put stuff on the back, don't they? And then they have some colour that references it on the front. I've not seen them do the full. It's
used to
discreet.
do the Olympic flag or the Olympic rings on as the counterbalance to the second hand.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen.
So if you go to the Vancouver 2010, you'll see that. You'll see that they have the counterbalance as the rings.
Okay, awesome. Todd, you quiet. What do you think on this one?
Well, I consider myself an Omega fanboy too, overall. I just don't know about this watch. I guess part of the problem is I'm not a big ceramic watch person. The textures, the way it looks, somebody's brought it up before, it kind of looks moon swatchy in some ways. And I understand the importance of ceramic and the difficulty in working with it, obviously as a material for a watch, et cetera. But I don't think I'm a fan. I just don't. I like it, but I just don't think I really find it super appealing. But I think that would be true of most ceramic watches for me.
No worries. So what do we think out of 10?
Out of a 10?
Shall I go first?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
then.
you go first.
I'll give it a 6. I like I like the fact that it's ceramic. I'm a bit hesitant about the visibility, and God knows what that bezel's going to look like in real life. So without having seen it in real life, I'll give it a 6.
I'm thinking, Mark, you're spot on. I was thinking the same thing. 6.
That's funny. I was thinking about a 6 too. Really?
Okay. 6 is all round. I'll do a 6 as well, so it's not 666, something else. We're getting corrected on our pronunciation of Omega there in the comments.
Omega. Sorry.
Omega.
Sorry.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's go to the next one. Actually, did that pop comment? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I tried to just making sure that I popped it up on there. Thanks, Orange Hand. Okay, let's go to the next one then, and this one's my pick. I love this watch. This is the Seafarer. So it's their second reissue of the Seafarer, but this one they put the date on it, so I'm a huge fan of it. It's got the Tide complication on it. This was the release for the LVMH Watch Week, which was I think last week, and it's got the vintage throwback to one of the previous watches is this color scheme here, but I just really love there's just something about the color scheme. I like the way that they've kind of gone all in with the design, which is, they've done that with the Seafarer before, but also reminds me of that, the Abercrombie and Fitch,
right?
The Hoyer one.
The colorways here remind me of the Abercrombie and Fitch. What is called it's not the Skipper, but I guess it would be the Seafarer.
I wonder if that was called the Seafarer as well,
I don't know if the old ones were, and that's I'm a little confused. I'm very familiar with the Skipper. An original Huber or Hoyer, that depends how you want to pronounce it, Skipper is a premium vintage watch. They're about $10,000 in good shape. So this is about the same price.
Awesome. Yeah.
Sorry, I've just read Orange Hand's comment.
So he meant the watch was meh, not the way that we pronouncing it. I get corrected so often in the comments though. It's like Omega.
Very funny. Okay.
It's like Omega Steel. That's pathetic.
Does he give it a 6?
Some work.
That's the important part.
Yeah, what would you give it, Orange Hand? Would you give it a 6? Oh, we got somebody fellow from Orlando here. Yeah, hello.
Hey, real quick question: what's the temperature in Orlando?
Oh, it's gone back up today. It's 84 where I am, Fahrenheit.
Central Virginia, my weather station says it's 19 degrees.
Oof. Mark, you said it was 18 where you were.
New York, where Mark is.
It's 18 here, and it's warmed up. Most of next week, it'll be in the single figures, at least in the morning.
It'll be awful.
Are you getting a cold spell?
I've cleared snow once today. I have to clear snow once the stream is done, and I'll clear snow tomorrow.
Cool. Yeah. So what's everybody else's thoughts on this? I really think it's it's got a butterfly clasp, but that's its only negative. I think it looks awesome.
I love this watch. I love what TAG has done recently with their kind of going back into their back catalog a little bit and bringing out, modernized versions of their classics, from the old Hoyer classics. And like my Octavia, I think they're fantastic. They work great. The pusher feel is great. The way the movement, the way it works is terrific. Everything's snappy. The date's snappy. The flyback function on mine, for example, is really crisp. I think everything they've done is really fantastic.
Yeah, so so Mark's in the comments saying the Abercrombie watch was called the Seafarer.
Okay. So they had both the Skipper and the Seafarer. Okay, I wasn't certain about that. All right.
Awesome. Cool. Any final thoughts on this one? What do we give this out of 10? I'm going to give it like a 9. I think it's awesome.
I give it a 9. I mean, so I was actually under the impression that the Seafarer was the original Abercrombie watch. I think. But yeah, no, seeing this and the color scheme, the functionality, like with the low tide and high tide, I think it's a good looking watch. I give it a 9 as well.
Yeah. I think there's consensus building here. Or are we just jumping on bandwagons? But I'd probably give it especially with the colorways, I'd definitely give it a 9. The biggest disadvantage of the watch to me, mine came on the factory leather strap, and it really wasn't that good. It's a heavy watch. It is the same weight as mine. And so I moved mine to a man cave leather single pass NATO leather strap. But I don't know about the bracelet. I did not get the bracelet. I'm kind of curious what the bracelet's like.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It looks a bit like
Tudor-esque.
Breitling.
Yeah, it does look Tudor-esque. Yeah.
Tudor-esque, yeah.
1926.
Getting at, is it 42 millimeters? It is 42 millimeters, which I think is a good thing because I think they're odd sizes sometimes. The chronographs from Tag. I think 39 for me is a bit too small. That's why the Skipper, I think, looks a bit too small. But
is this one of the Dome Sapphire too?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
They call it the glass box case.
Glass box, yeah.
Glass box, yeah.
Terrific design. It's it makes the watch a little taller, of course, but yeah, it's fantastic.
I wonder if they've sold them all. I guess they've sold them all out because unless it's just not available yet.
Check on store availability. Click that one. Maybe you have to go in.
Request an appointment.
Oh, okay. Maybe not.
Not available.
There it is. Not available.
No. It's pretty nice, that boutique in the Muller Millennia, actually. Okay, right. Let's
go. Would you like me to score it?
Yeah, let's
sorry,
Max. Dang nabbit.
Go on.
Well, it can have
Matt.
solid 5. I'm not
5.
Ooh.
I'm not a big fan of the coloring of the coloring of the subdials. Not a big fan of the gold indices. I think the 41 mil chronographs that they also released much more. Yes, they're boringly conventional, but I would much rather wear one of the 41 mil chronographs than this one. Not a fan.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean,
enough.
it will be, and it's also no one's mentioned that it costs as much, if not more, than a basic Speedmaster.
Yeah, I mean,
let's face it, the cost of a main brand chronograph is now 7 to 8 to 9,000. So it's in that ballpark, but I would much rather wear one of the conventional ones that they also launched this week.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the leg up it's got on the Speedmaster, of course, is it's got that tide complication, hasn't it? But,
right.
Yeah,
awesome.
But that looks extremely difficult to do. Not. It's just a 12-hour timer, dude.
I know, but okay. We'll move on. We'll swiftly move on. Okay, well, speaking of the Speedmaster, so this is the new Reverse Panda, a snip at $10,400. Does anyone know why it's so much more expensive? I couldn't work it out really, other than it just being a lacquered dial.
A lacquered dial. They've done something to the way they've inset the subdials. It's a sapphire sandwich, which always adds cost. There's a couple of other tweaks to it. Again, okay. I haven't been to the Omega boutique for fear of buying something yet this year. So,
yeah, because I mean, is this the standard one? Yeah, so the standard one. Oh, this is so it's got the closed case back on that one.
Yeah, you have to find a sapphire sandwich.
Yeah, I wonder if
it's got one. The sapphire sandwich. I think is about 9,000 now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, $9,000. Wow. Now, mine was a Hesselite on the front, sapphire on the back.
Really?
But yeah, my original one was. Yeah.
Are you sure?
100% sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, you had it for 10 years, so I guess.
Yeah, because I even had the front, because I dropped it on the front, I even cracked the Hesalite on the front. But yeah, it was Hesalite on the front, Sapphire on the back. It was like it was quite a rare one that they only did for a short period of time. Yeah, it was an odd one.
I mean, I like these better than the Hesalite ones because I can't stand the PhD thesis they write on the back. And I'm not necessarily a fan of the 42mm moon watch as it sits on my wrist. But this is a good addition to the brand. It's pointing directly at the Daytona and saying we're better and cheaper. And Omega have become very good at upselling from standard to this. Whether you think the additions are worth it, personal choice. I have my moon watch now. I actually like this, but it wouldn't be a watch I would buy, but it's a watch I'm glad they made.
Mark, everybody, I changed my score for the Seafarer. It's going to an 8.
Okay.
It's going to an 8. The Omega is a 9 for me. Okay. It's also, number one is the price point, right? Like that tag I think is 10 and change. This is also 10 and change. I would take this any day over that.
The tag was 8,800.
Yeah, the tag
was
8,800. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can negotiate the tag. Maybe not the Seafarer, but you can negotiate the tags. I don't know if you can negotiate this Omega. I don't know.
It depends where you go, and if you waited 6 months and went to an AD, not a boutique, you could negotiate. Yeah. But
yeah,
like I said,
this color scheme's great.
The way the boutiques are operating now is they get watches the day they're announced, but they get 3 or 4, and then they'll get more as production trickles in. The ADs, I think, aren't getting watches on day one, but it'll be the ADs that'll give you a discount. The boutiques will not.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't see any. I mean, there was a time, wasn't there? You saw loads of Omega on the grey market, like Joma Shop and stuff like that, but the slim pickings, because I was having a look the other day.
Yeah, I think they're...
Some models are starting to creep back on the grey market, which I bet Omega are not happy about.
I would agree with that. This sandwich style, like what Pedro Manuel Lopez said, right? I mean, this sandwich style, I'd love to see one in the flesh. I did see some close-up macro on this watch, and it does look spectacular. Whether or not it's worth 10.4, I don't know, but that's up to whoever wants to buy it. But what I really like, though, and I wouldn't buy it because it's too expensive, is just watching gold, the gold version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow!
Omega's Moonshine Gold is truly spectacular.
The style design. Yeah. Oh, there you go, right there, baby. Yeah. That's like, I've made it, and I don't care if you know it or not. This is $50,000 worth of a watch.
Yeah, it's. I might go for the green dial version in the Moonshine. But Omega's Moonshine Gold is truly spectacular.
I love the whole
green dial one.
Oh, there you go. That's it.
Yeah. That puppy. I would rather have the green dial over the reverse Panda. But
I could see that.
I'm not sure anyone's going to lend me. Just give me $48,000. I don't want to borrow $48,000. Just give me $48,000.
Open
please,
up a store credit account. 12 months, no interest.
Well, we've got to give it a score, haven't we? What do we think?
I'll give the steel an 8 because that's a strong 8.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7 just because I think it's quite expensive.
Okay, so we're averaging 8. Todd?
Yeah.
I'm going to put this equal to the tag for different reasons because they bring different things to the table. But I'll give the steel one. I'll give the steel one a 9. Frankly, I'll give the gold one a 9.5. But it's made out of unobtainium, then that's fine.
No, it's made out of unaffordium. You can buy one, you just can't afford it.
Unaffordium, okay. You're right, that's unaffordium.
That's one of the other rare earth elements. You've got unobtainium, unaffordium.
Yeah, awesome. So speaking of, actually, Todd, we'll go to yours next. Your Chapek. Was this the one you were thinking of?
So in the spirit of unobtainium, this would be probably an unobtainium, not just an unaffordium. So I think they only made 12. Chapek is known for their kind of somewhat outlandish dials, the Joker, the interesting, which I think is great horology, but I wouldn't wear. I would wear this one in a red hot minute and put this on wrist. It is gorgeous. The green, speaking of green, right? And the perlage on the back and just the and the way they've done the dial is just, stunning work. As usual out of that horology house. It's, way too expensive for mere mortals, but it came out evidently. It's a 2026 release, and I think it just looks. I'm nutso for a Panda chronograph in general, anyway, and this is certainly like a reverse Panda. This is certainly gorgeous.
Okay, so there's different colors as well. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one, to be honest. It looks for 42 grand. I don't know if it looks 42 grand.
I have to ignore the price when I'm looking at this one. Just if I judge it on price, then it gets sent down a huge amount. But
yeah, I will. Okay, so I'm going to give it a 5. What's everyone else think?
I'll give it a 7 because I suspect in hand it's wonderful, but it's not something necessarily I'd buy. The dial's a bit over the top, but it's a strong 7.
Yeah, I mean, these are real Rose engine turn dials, of course, and you're right. I mean, you have to like that, but yeah, I give it an 8. Just in general, it's hard to rate something that's that you're never probably going to see in real life or what have you. But yeah,
awesome. I've handled one of these in person, and they're not this one, but a Chapek. And they're really nice. I've never sold them. None of my big collector clients own them, but I've read like a ton of really nice things. A stainless steel at 42 grand is a little nuts for me personally, but I do like the layout, very symmetrical. The green is probably my favorite. I say 7.5.
Awesome. Cool. Right, let's go on to the next one. We're jumping around here. Let's kind of do a more affordable one, shall we? So I picked this Timex, which is the evolution of their deep sea. Although they've made it automatic, and they seem to have lifted the price up considerably. They put a Miyota in this one, an 8215, which I think is a little steep for the 579 mark. But this seems like a platform that I think these were a big success for them at the start, but it seems like a platform they're sticking with. I have seen these in person. I think the loom's was a bit dodgy on the first ones, but I quite like that they're kind of sticking with this retro dive design. Has anybody else seen or got one of these? No? Okay.
First time seeing it. I do like the orange. It actually reminds me of a Pelagos, I would say. Yeah. The bezel, is that ceramic? It's kind of like brushed ceramic, it looks like.
It does look like it's brushed ceramic.
Point, really.
Yeah, I doubt it. Not for the price point.
It's titanium, though. Sam gets on titanium watches a lot. Like Citizen can make a titanium watch cheap. Look at this. This is a titanium watch.
That is cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
It doesn't say the bezel, does it? Yeah, I think they would make a. It does look like it's brushed. It's like a brushed titanium, but they brushed ceramic. But it does. They don't say it specifically. Look at that! It's got a Cyclops on it as well. Ticking all the boxes here. Also, Timex do sales as well, so this might come down eventually.
I think if it stays in production for a couple of years, it'll be on eBay for 300 in 2 of those.
Yeah, well, the original ones were not. That one's gone up to 549. Do you know what? I'm sure these were like in the 3. I'm sure these were like 379. Somebody might correct me in the comments, but they had, because they did quartz variants, and then they did. Let's just see what they've got in the deep water. They did a quartz variant, and then they did. Yeah, so there you go. So there's a GMT quartz 279. Maybe they were. Maybe the autos were that price. Anyway, cool. What's everyone thinking score wise? I'll go with a 7. I'm not sure about the price.
I'll say 7, but I'm not sure about the Cyclops.
Yeah. Cool.
So you think I might prefer the black dial?
Yeah, this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Justin, what you thinking?
I think I prefer the black dial.
But I love the classic skin diver design on the case. That's just, that does look really good. The black dial, yeah.
And I like an orange dial watch. I think I prefer the black dial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that one. Maybe I'll get one in for review and see what they look like. The only problem with Timex is there's nobody that you can't borrow them. You have to buy them. I know Chris gets some off Huckberry, I think, lending them, but I haven't got a contact for them. So. Awesome. Okay, well, let's go. Let's jump back in. Todd, you wanted to go. We briefly talked about this last week, and they're completely sold out. But you wanted to talk a little bit about the RGM Teddy watch.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of RGM. I've been to their workshops and gone through their, tour of their workshops and that sort of thing in LaJoy, Pennsylvania, and met, Roland himself, and nice guy. Certainly, I think he's the prototype for the renaissance of the American watchmaker in many ways. And so I think they made 25 of these. Now, this is the 501 watch. This is, it's a Miyota movement. So you're not getting an RGM movement in this, which is certainly, maybe some people would see as a negative. They decorate it and they do some other things to it, but that dial is all hand turned on their Rose machine. And and they do a lot of good work on the back too, but it's just gorgeous. I just love the way the layout is. I love the case shape. I love the way the lugs work. Everything else is RGM in this, other than the movement itself.
And
I think it's just a great collaboration.
Were these like 15,000 or something? Were they like 15 grand?
Yeah, about 15 grand. So it's not cheap. And they sold all of them.
Yeah.
Which
you said expect. The movement was Miyota.
I thought it was a Miyota, or maybe it's a
Le Joux
ASE or whatever. What is that? ASE 200. Oh, maybe no, it's not a Miyota. That's right. I'm thinking of something else. But it's a Swiss movement of this hand wound Swiss movement.
So when you did the tour, did you see that the Rose engine, the turning?
Yeah. And there's videos you can see him doing one of the dials, turning one of the dials on the Rose engine. So a lot of hand, how many hours were put into this, I don't know, but there's a lot of hand work done in it.
Do you know how many he did? Did I see 33 somewhere? Do you know how many he made?
I thought he made 25 or so.
Oh, yeah, 33 was a Jules, sorry.
There's 33, you're right, okay.
No, it was 33 was a Jules, yeah. Number 25 engraved to commemorate the initial run, yeah, so you're right, it was 25. Wow, cool.
Right.
What's everyone thinking on this one? What's everyone thinking on this score-wise? It's not really my style. I'll give it an 8 because it's obviously a lot of work's gone into this.
It's not my cup of tea either, so I'll give it a 7. But I'm sure if you saw one in real life, you'd probably appreciate it. And I know, having seen hand turning being done in practice, how hard that is. But it's not my cup of tea, so a 7.
I actually like this. I didn't even know this existed. I think it's cool that it's a collaboration with Teddy Baldassor. This watch, it really looks like him and something he would wear.
It does.
I give it an 8. I really like him. I like what he's doing in the industry. The blue is nice with the brown strap. I give it an 8.
It's a hell of a collaboration to come out the blocks with. Has he ever done one before, a collab watch? He must have done, but this one certainly. I know he's done
other
straps.
one. I thought he has, but I can't say with whom.
Okay, Todd, you find out what you thinking score wise? You love it?
I'd give it. I'm kind of heavy on. I give it between an 8 and a 9. I mean, obviously the price is tough a little bit, but yeah, somewhere in there. That Pennsylvania Tourbillon, the one that's in that little picture there, they hand make those. They make about one a year. It's an RGM unique design. It's the only tourbillon designed and built in America of any quantity. Yeah. They're about 100 grand. So if you want a bespoke tourbillon, you can order one, and in about a year you'll get one. I've actually worn that very picture there. I've worn it. He had it on his wrist during, and he handed it to me. It's the first one he built, which is his personal watch, and it's an amazing piece of engineering.
Wow, and it takes it like a full year. So they only make one a year.
They make one amazing. Or two a year, I understand. It depends on just to order, of course. Yeah, there you go.
Cool. Okay, well, let's go back to Tag. So I know we were talking about the other ones, but this is the split-second chronograph with the, I'm going to say, Retroponte movement. somebody might correct me. But I think what's cool about it is it will simultaneously, it can time two different things simultaneously, can't it? Or two different events, and it can also stop them separately as well on the tachymeter. So this is the first time I think this movement, they have had this movement out before, but this is the first time that they put it in a Carrera. I don't know how much it is, but I think it's like very expensive because it says
110,000 Swiss francs.
Ooh. Dear.
This is the most expensive one on the show so far.
Yeah, well, it's more expensive than the Chepek, because I think the Chepek was 85,000 Swiss francs, wasn't it? So it's titanium. I think it looks cool, but wow, that price is quite a lot.
They won't make many, but I assume that they know there's an audience for this, and it's not the audience that's doing the talking here today. I like it, and if it had been 10 grand without the retro underpants movement, I'm Ratrapante. Yes, I know how to say it properly. But as a standard chronograph at 10 grand, it would be high on my list. But as it is, I'm just going to be happy it exists.
Yeah, so we're getting 100 grand for a tag. They have done some very expensive ones, though, haven't they? They had that one that had like diamonds.
The first £100,000 tag.
Yeah. It's there's diamonds in. They did that one with diamonds, didn't they? Which looked really weird. It looked like sort of diamonds had just been sprayed at it. Awesome. Okay. I don't know whether we can score this one, can we? I'll give it a 7, I guess. The price isn't a lot, but I like that it exists.
I to your point, I like that this exists. I'm really, really, really happy this exists. But I can't score this more than a 6 or so. It's. I'm not even a fan of skeletonized watches, let alone chronographs. But I mean, I understand what it's doing. I understand why it's there. But yeah,
cool.
I'll give it a 7. And it's, if it wasn't 110,000, if it was the standard chronograph at 10 grand, it would be an 8 or a 9. So for me, strong 7.
For me, price point included, I mean, I got it. I'm giving it a 5. just because, I mean, I love Tag in their classic price point. This is a phenomenal watch. I think it's good looking, but I mean, 100 grand for this is a little nuts.
Okay, let's jump around here. We did this one. Let's have a look. Let's go back to. We haven't talked about Christopher Ward enough, and we're contractually obliged to talk about Christopher Ward, even though they don't know that they sponsor it. They stealth sponsor it. This is the new Trident Pro 300, but they've done it in a larger size. I'm sure they used to offer 44 millimeters, didn't they? Was it like 38, 42, 44 they used to?
I've got a Trident Mark II, which is 43. The 44s are relatively new. They used to have 42s, maybe 43s. I think the 44s are relatively new.
I don't know whether this is going to feel like a bit like a dinner plate. I'll have to see one in person. This was kind of just a sort of an under the radar release, wasn't it? I think they did an email, but it's not one of the big releases. There's actually one coming out on Friday, which I think is awesome. If you have a Christopher Ward.
This is the 41 mil reef. When I tried the 44 mil reef, I was surprised at how much bigger it was. And I like big watches, but that's going to wear big.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
not
see if I
hiding
can
its
get one.
size. Put it that way.
I might see if I can get one for review, because originally when Christopher Ward had the original, were they called like the Heritage Divers? Those sometimes looked a bit like a dinner plate, even though they weren't. They were only 42. I forget what they were called. Were they called the Retro Divers before they went to this platform, before they went to the Trident platform?
On wrist, and my wrist is 6 3/4. The 41 is nice, but the 44s look huge. It'll depend on the configuration of the dial and so on, but that's going to be a big watch.
Yeah. What's the slug to lug? Do we know?
Oh yeah, let's have a look.
That's usually the better indicator to me.
Yeah, and they're really good with putting those specs on usually.
Ooh, that's a big boy.
Yeah, that's going to be a big watch, guys.
See, Seiko could do that with their dive watches. They can have a big 44, 45, and the lug's under 50 because they use the lugless designs on the cases, and sometimes. So I can wear those, but there's no way I'm wearing that watch.
Awesome. Okay. I mean, I've got to give it a high score because it's Christopher Ward. So I'll say I'll give it a load of 7 and 8s. I'll give it a 7 just because I think it's going to be quite big. That
I'll give it a 7 because it's going to be huge on my wrist at least, but it'll be a good watch. They've got the reputation for a reason, but that's a bit too big for me.
Yeah, I might go with a 7 too. I like the bezel. One thing I really love about it, I imagine the smaller one would be more appropriate for me too, but is the bezel and the way it's set out and designed and the thinness of it. I really like that look a lot.
Yeah.
And one thing Christopher Ward have done that not many other brands at the price point do very well is the bezel loom will be good.
Yeah, and they perfected that mechanism as well in there, so it still feels really nice even though the bezel's thinner. I love those bezels. Okay, let's go. We've actually got a question coming in. So Robert says, question for the panel: if a brand had less models to choose from, could it be better business decision for them? I'm thinking of like downsizing a menu. Well, this is the classic sort of Rolex versus Omega, isn't it? I suppose Tudor as well to a certain extent, where Rolex has its sort of core models, doesn't it? Whereas Omega has many within it. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
If you're a big brand, you want to try and hit as many customers as possible, which means you tend to have more watches in your range. It also gets complicated with Omega because they bump up the SKUs by having a separate SKU for a bracelet or a rubber strap or a nylon. So a black dial Seamaster 300 could have 4 or 5 different SKUs depending on the strap. But the problem Omega has is that I think I added it up. They've got some like 19 different sub-brands. If you go onto their website and there's Seamaster, Aquaterra, Planet Ocean, and it goes on and on. So some people find it confusing. Some people find it helpful. Mm-hmm. The brands clearly think having more sub-brands is better, but I just wish Omega could market them better.
Yeah, I counted once and there was 120 watches that fell under the Speedmaster line, like individual, different watches. Yeah,
but, if you've got a Hesalite, you've got a Hesalite on a bracelet, a Hesalite on a whatever straps, and that's how they add it up. I think Christopher Ward do it better, where they have one watch and give you the option to change the straps when you're looking, so you're not quite so confused.
Yeah, it's because that was always Gordon Ramsay, wasn't it, on that Restaurant Nightmares or whatever it was, where he would always downsize the menu, wouldn't he? But I don't know. I mean, Rolex have kind of perfected that, haven't they? I don't know whether many other brands have. I suppose maybe Patek probably has limited as well, doesn't it? But so here you go.
As a brand, I would think there should be like a good middle ground, right? Like you don't want to keep on releasing new models every single year, and you don't want to have too little of a selection either. Kind of like what Omega does. Yeah, you just give. I mean, all the brands do it. Give it a different dial. It's a brand new watch, brand new model. But definitely there should be a middle ground for these watch brands.
Have you ever been to a New Jersey diner, a real New Jersey diner? The menus are like 10 pages. It's amazing. Like, how do you cook all of these different things? And that kind of reminds me of Omega a little bit. So I think Omega could do a better job of doing some consolidation of some sort, in my opinion.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, let's go on to the next one then. And I had one that I don't think anybody else will pick. But in fact, no, let's go to this one. So Mark, this was yours. This was the Daniel Roth skeletonized one. So what did you like about this one? Other than it looks amazing.
Yeah, just that. I mean, if we're talking about unobtainium and unaffordium, actually, this is only 85. This is less than the tag.
Less than the tag.
Wow, this is a bargain. I hadn't realized just how much of a bargain this one was.
There's no Rattrapante in it, though.
But there's no retro underpants. I'm really good with that. Sometimes And I feel the same with GPHG. When you see these high-end brands let go, it's not my thing, but it is so good to look at. Look at the way the bridges come together. That's not just, what Zenith do and cut holes in a dial and find this virgin dial and sacrifice it to have holes in it. That's a watch designed to look like that. Isn't that wonderful? And you can bet it's going to be superbly made and finished. I mean, for the price, yes, it bloody well should be. But look at it.
Yeah,
it's like some of the back of some of the Chapek movements have that sweeping bridge structure, and it's so lovely. I don't necessarily like the watch, but I so admire so many elements of it. This is just a standout.
You're Marlin's son, right?
What was that?
You're Marlin's son, right?
Who's?
Marlin.
Yeah,
No,
I've never been a huge Daniel Roth case-shaped fan. I could appreciate this for the craftsmanship in which it is designed and shown here. But other than that, I'm not really intrigued at all.
I mean, I would give it a 9 just for what it is, not necessarily that I like it. I mean, the hands are invisible. Don't even know why they bothered putting hands on it if you're going to do that. But look at it. If that was on your wrist, wouldn't you feel good?
Yeah. Well,
1000%.
I might knock it a point because I've got very hairy wrists, and seeing the hair on my wrist sandwiched against, flattened against the back of the watch.
Comments
I don't know.
Great.
You mean you didn't get a wrist shaver for Christmas, Sam?
No, I know this is a YouTube. There is some YouTubers though, isn't there, that they do a little bit of the old arm hair grooming. We won't name any names, but there's definitely a few, isn't there? That I suppose like cyclists that shave their legs. There's these elite watch reviewers that have to trim down to.
Yeah, and it's no date, Sam. So you can only give it a 5 at most.
Exactly. It's
no,
shocking.
you could write the date on your wrist and then put
That's
it
true
right
underneath.
over it.
Each day, or like a little piece of paper.
Yeah, you just smudge it out next time you wear it.
Yeah, because there was paper calendar. Was it the Speedmaster or something? There was a watch, wasn't there, with like a paper calendar that would like flip over onto it. I forget which watch it was, but it had like you could
Seiko
somebody's
made
remade
one with
them.
a metal calendar.
Yes, that was it, maybe. And somebody's remade them, haven't they? And it would just literally bend over the watch strap.
I remember my father used to have those back in the 70s. I can't remember which watch it was on, but you used to be able to buy them, a year's worth of calendars, and they would sort of clip over onto the bracelet of your watch, so you knew what date it was.
And then you just get like a ballpoint pen and just like
no. It would be a printed metal piece of brass, thin brass, and you'd buy 12 of them. One for each. You'd get them. They would be pre-printed, one for each month. I haven't seen one of those in years. Good grief.
I'm going to find them. I'm sure it's something's coming back to me where I think there's somebody that's remade them just for the hell of it, I think. Awesome. Okay. So, did we give this, Todd, give this a score?
I give it a 6.
Justin, what do you think?
I give it a 10. I'm a sucker for a dress watch. I'm a sucker for a dress watch. I mean, this case, I want to say this case is like a 39 or a 40. It's a really nice watch. I love the open work. It's just really classy to me. 10.
Oh yeah, that looks all. I hadn't scrolled down before, but it makes it look even nicer, doesn't it? All the individual components there. Okay, let's go on to. We've got like 5 or 6 minutes here left. This is one that I don't think the rest of the panel will like, but I really do like them. I'm a sucker for these like super expensive G-Shocks. I haven't owned one yet, but this one is another one where they've got a Japanese artisan to actually hand engrave the bezels. This one is a phoenix, sort of rising from the flames. But they've had different Japanese metal workers make these limited edition ones. They had a samurai sword maker made an earlier one of these. They're $8,000, mind. But yeah, they hire these Japanese metalsmiths to make the outer bezel of the cases on each of these G-Shocks. And I think I just like the fact that they exist. I think it's really cool that they do this. And I think this is probably they've done a few of these. This might be the 3rd or 4th that they've done.
How much is it?
And it is $8,000. Yeah,
no way.
$8,000. And I believe for that, if I'm not yet, there you got Bluetooth in it for that. So what more could you want?
I get that with my Garmin.
No, but
I'm good with
yeah,
that.
I can tell I'm on my own here then with this hand engraved.
I like it. I accept that something like this is going to be expensive. I can ignore the fact that Casio's on it, and I don't actually like the watch, but that's a factor of the way the dials are laid out. But I do love the bezel. I'll give it a solid 8 because, again, it's so distinctive. You're never going to see anything that looks really like that.
Yeah, this is
And
kind of
whether
like,
you like it or not, you have to you just have to admire it for its mere existence and the bold fact that it's an $8,000 Casio.
Yeah,
it appeals to my sense of humor.
Yeah, I like it. The only thing I don't like about these expensive Casios is the minute hand to me always seems a little bit short. I don't know why. It's on any of them that are like $1,000 or more that are 3-handers. The minute hand to me always seems a little bit short. It's probably just me, but yeah, you can definitely see this like out of a Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift or something, like Japanese street racer that's got loads of money wearing one of these.
Yeah. This to me is the same as the Rata
Gosh.
Tag Heuer.
That's
It's kind of a high end thing.
Yeah, that is I get exactly where you're coming from, but
So I don't want it because of the integrated bracelet. Well, yeah. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to give that a 9 because I like it, but I'm docking a point because it's got a short minute hand.
That's a strong 8.
Yeah, strong 8.
I would never wear it, irrespective of being $8,000, but just for the outrage of it, that's an 8.
So it's tough for me, guys. It's tough.
Be honest. You can score it a 2. That's fine.
Score it a 2 is fine.
I give it a 4. I give it a 4. I mean, it does look cool. I mean, I would buy 3 of those $100,000 tags if I could before buying a ton of these. That's for sure. 4.
I do have a little bit of a soft spot. But Todd, what do you think on this one?
I'm thinking maybe a 5. I'll give it a 5 on this.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, well, we're nearly coming up to the hour here. Let's see if we've got one more to... Do you know what? I actually picked... We're kind of going on the affordable end, but I did pick this Citizen. This is the new Citizen ProMaster Land. It's like a GMT. It is an Eco Drive, but I think they've dialed the design in because this one is less than 40 millimeters. It's 39.5. And I've got a feeling that this will do actually quite well. Also, it's a GMT as well, which is perfectly acceptable for a quartz one. But yeah, one of their new ones out. I quite like it.
It's a good looking watch.
Yeah. Might see if they can, Citizen US can send me one of these in for a review. Awesome. Cool. Well, let's just check if we've missed any comments. Okay. Awesome. Okay. We'll wrap it up there. A big thanks to the panel and a big thanks to everyone that joined us in the live stream. Sorry, I was a bit shaky because we're trying out a new live streaming platform. So I'll be back to my normal chipper self next week. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And we'll see you next week on Casual Watch Talk. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks, guys.